Hey dear souls, and welcome to my channel Twilight Dusk 1111. Today's pick a card reading is What Should I Focus on Now? Please pick a pile or more than one. Remember that the piles or pile may or may not resonate. Please do not try to make it fit. It's okay if it doesn't resonate. Please take only what you need. Hey dear souls, welcome to pile number one. This is your card. And for your pick says desires, so it looks like there's a lot of feelings of emotions and just the feeling of needing to do something, like to be productive. Let's pick a few more cards. These two came out. It looks like you like to be adventurous because this says adventure, but it also it shows rock climbing. Just you're the type of person that likes to, you're looking for the next thing in the sense that you're always looking towards something. Oh, even though adventure can be both personal and business, this is a rubber ducky, so this means also you definitely know the value of doing stuff for yourself and with a relaxation. Like just for taking time to take your own interests. Yes, so it looks like you won't do stuff unless you think there's a good reason for it, or you plan out a decent amount of stuff you do. A horse, so it looks like you are someone that goes from one thing to another. That's a good thing, but also horses can sometimes, they keep going when they know that sometimes they should relax, so it's very important that you take time to relax. So a mistletoe, so that's pretty straightforward. It looks like there's been desires to get closer to people or maybe a certain someone. At the same time, I also thought about this as like a lucky horseshoe. So maybe you're like, someone wants to travel to you or you want to travel to someone. Here is a star, and it looks like there's a lot of just things in the way that it looks like you're going in a lot of directions at once. Oh, you might be a writer because this shows someone like writing on a piece of paper. Who knows, maybe a novel or maybe something else like a poem, composition person. Okay, so what should you be focusing on? A head piece? How do you say? Like imagine a marble with a head, and that marble of the head stands for, it seems that you haven't been decisive very strongly, and because of that you keep going in many different directions, so it's time you start to pick something. So at first I saw someone water skiing, but then it looked as if there was also a fear, anger, doubt, and guilt behind going to have fun or going to do something that you enjoy. And I'm here to tell you, you need to start finding what is important to you, because if you don't, first off, you won't be able to water ski, and second off, your energy that you so carefully plan out won't get anywhere. And I don't want to be wasting your time, and you don't want to be wasting your time, hopefully. And so it's very important that you come to an understanding of what's important to you. Dice, so it looks like, yeah, like a bit of a gamble in a sense. Well, it feels like a little bit of a gamble, but I think you actually like have something on your mind, like should I do this, should I not do this, as opposed to shooting in the dark. For some of you it might be shooting in the dark, but for a decent amount of you, I think that oh, I'm thinking about this, but I'm just gonna stay here because I'm in the safe zone, and you've been just going to everything else and avoiding that one thing. So, temple or religion, I consider the temple could be your home, it could be you yourself, like you yourself can be your temple. Religion, just taking care of oneself and just being true to what you like. It seems like you haven't been getting a lot of time for yourself. Okay, let's get some message from your guides. Wishing upon a star. So it definitely looks that you've started to notice that you need to start seeing a change here and you're wishing for a change. A bell. So they've been sending you wake up calls to say, hey, we hear you. And it's the time for change is now. This one is a plow. So it looks like whatever you're thinking might have to do with some hard work or hard decision making. But in the end, you know that, like, you know how, water skiing, first you need to get the skis and then you need to get the boat and then you need to get the life vest. But in the end, it's all worth it because you get to go in the water. Like that's what they're saying. They're saying it's going to take a bit of time. So I'm just going to pull a few other cards. Baby, it's time. So I don't know, maybe someone is going to reach out to you, or it's telling you to say, hey, you're no baby anymore, you got this. Or maybe this is a comforting message from your guide saying, hey, we got you. It's time to leave the nest. So crocs. So crocs I think of as they can go they can be in water and they can walk, which means, but they're also fun. So it's showing that in the future you need to be open-minded and know that it's okay to get your feet wet and it's okay to have not directly know where you're going, but you need to stop being decisive in the sense that once you decide that you are going to be decisive, that's when stuff will start to come together, as opposed to if you don't decide that you want to decide something. Love. So maybe this is there's someone you love out there, or it could be do something you love, like composing or basketball, football, learn a new language. Please take what resonates. Well, thank you, pile number 1. This is your reading. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Welcome, pile 2. This is your reading. Here's your card. So there's a hat there. So what I've been thinking is you've been trying to put on the tough act, as well as there might have been some, unknown stuff that's been thrown at you and you just feel a bit overwhelmed. Well, there's nothing wrong with being overwhelmed, but you need to understand that it's time for a change. So boots, yeah, it looks like there's been maybe you've been stepping on eggshells. There's been a lot of emotions going back and forth between you and just everyone, or some specific people, friends, family, like your specific group. I'm sensing close family or just people that you're trying to bring closer, but you're like, oh no. Okay, this is like a golden color. So it looks like you have created or idolized a situation that you're in, or created a romanticized or perfection situation that actually isn't perfect. That means, well, you can probably understand that there's a situation that is not working out, but what this is showing is that your view of like a color normally means someone's being led around. It could be you doing the leading, but the fact that it's gold means it looks like there's a lot of worth on this, in the sense it's being colored with a positive energy, yet it's like a fantasy, in the sense that like a dog could have the best food and all the best toys, but in the end, if partner doesn't see him as a partner but master and dog or master and cat, then he's always gonna have that dual-studded collar, but in the end, they're not actually on the same level. And so that's what I think in your situation. There's a situation that you've been looking at that you're like, yeah, this is fine, this is fine. It's like, yeah, it doesn't matter about this. I'm just going to focus on this. Like, for example, let's say, I don't know, maybe someone breaks something by accident, or someone texts you something that annoys you, but you still love them, and you're like, oh no, it's fine. But at this point, because you're not saying anything, you're sort of shutting yourself down. And if you shut yourself down, then like this person that seems to, for most of you, accidentally offended you, they don't seem like a bad person. So if they offended you, they're going to say, oh my God, I'm so sorry, you know? But if you won't say, oh, something's wrong, then they can't know. And then this is going to keep piling up, you know? A boat. So it looks like there's a lot of emotions that have been wanting to come to the surface recently that this is like a lifeboat. This is a good card because the last lifeboat I had a hole in it, but this one is pretty solid. However, a lifeboat can only keep you afloat for so long, you know, because you need to get to an island or where there's resources. Helping hand. So maybe people have been reaching out to you, or you've been reaching out to people, and it seems that people just are too busy with you have no idea. Well, you sort of know what they're busy with, but you don't completely, because you're just like, how couldn't you be busy? And so these are cowboy boots. So it looks like you're trying to tough it out, but in this case, it's not about toughing out or the honor. Like, this is a fire in the fireplace. This is about your emotions. And I guess you can call, like, a fire in the fireplace at your home is, you could call the fire inside you your home. And if there's a raging fire inside you, it looks like there's a lot of emotions building up. There's definitely some toys. So there was a ducky here. There's definitely some communication nuances that have been going on, whether it's with friends or family, or just something that you've noticed that keeps repeating and you notice that it's starting to bug you now. Okay, what should you be focusing on? Like, obviously this is going to be different for everyone, but please take what resonates. I see a black and white chessboard. I think that's what those are. Yeah, a black and white chessboard. So that that sort of means planning your next move, you know? The sense of overwhelmed has come, so they want you to plan your next move. This isn't supposed to be in a daunting way. This is in a, hey, this is a gentle nudge to say, everything's gonna be all right. It's just, you need to start planning. This is an open door, and on the other side, well, actually, it's two doors that open up into light. So yeah, there's an opportunity. You got the helping hand before, I believe. So there's definitely an opportunity waiting after you reach out. It just seems what you are projecting is what you're getting back. So if you go up to someone and you're like, help me clean something, they're like, okay. And they're just like, they look at it at face value, and they can't read into the help me with my life and how everything isn't like just this unorderly, not being organized, not being productive is getting to me. Like, you might ask them to help with the smaller things, but what you need to ask them is for the bigger things. It's okay to ask, because it's you deserve to feel understood and heard. You deserve help. Of course, if you just say, oh my gosh, you didn't help me, when they did help you and you're just taking out your anger on them, that you might need to try a different way, because I understand stuff is building up. However, it's not a good idea for you to vent on them. It's better if you say what's happening. Now, what is happening? So, a wishing tree or a giving tree. So, it looks like there's been a lot of communication that, I think I already said this, that hasn't necessarily gone through. So, you ask, hey, you wanna go and get dinner tonight or something? And they're like, sure. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't make it. And that happens a lot. And then you're just like not focusing on it because you're like, if that gets to me, then what my child is doing, or what my spouse is doing, or what my mother or father are doing is also gonna get to me. And what about my pet? Or like, so there's definitely a lot on your mind, and that's all right, but you need to start talking. So a treasure chest, in this case, it means you treasure your emotions, but you also keep them locked up inside. So I see a chain. There might have been some oppression, abuse, neglect in your past that might have created you to not express your emotions. So a sea serpent, they're not necessarily a bad, but they also can be very confusing because in this case, this is a water sea serpent, obviously, because of sea serpent. So it seems like it's running away with your emotions in this sense, or maybe you're scared of your emotions. Like there are many different emotions out there, but the emotions you're feeling they aren't necessarily bad. It's only what they lead to are bad. You know what I mean? Like, they aren't bad in themselves, so you need to tell people what you're feeling. Sunshine. So it looks like this is a wake up call, and just you need to get outside some more. Start reconnecting with who you are, listen to the birds, breathe in fresh air. Also, actually have quality time with some people and have quality time with yourself as well. And also, if you have a pet, quality time with your pet. Now, when I say quality time, I don't mean sitting on your phone for 2 hours. I mean, or with someone else, both of you sitting on your phone. I mean, actually either talking or meditating or yoga or taking a nice walk with someone or having a fun game night, Because I would suggest that you could try to write something or just imagine a scenario, and if it's negative, then you can ask yourself why it's negative and what exactly in it is making it negative and why you think this is negative, and then you can gain a better understanding of just what's been going on. So your guides, first the starfish, I guess. Starfish's generation, they're very persistent, resilience. So it looks like you've been through a lot, just emotionally, like physically, you seem to be, at this moment at least, more tightly strung than in your past, Or total. So it seems that you're definitely going forward. It's just you feel like it's pretty slow, and you're like, why? Why is it taking so long? It's like they're like, this kind of what you're working on doesn't go quickly because you know that it is a very deep topic. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's also what I'm talking about. If you've completely erased your mind from it, let's talk about PTSD for a moment. So there's the PTSD that you can remember, and then there's the PTSD you can't. The PTSD you can't, you have to take different measures because you don't know when it started, So just instead of looking in the past, though, now I'd like you to look into the present and look at your fears and say, why do I have that fear? And then ask someone, or look up online, hey, is this fear normal? Like, for example, let's say each time you're about to drink something, you're like, this is dirty. So you go pour it out and pour yourself a glass because someone else poured it for you. And you're like, all right, I'm good. Or how about, let's say you have to organize the papers just so that they're in complete perfection, stacked all on top of each other. Maybe this is your father wanted to have a very clean, upbeat household, but in the end, it got so intense that it made you feel the way to be in someone's good graces is by controlling everything, planning everything, and just, so in this case, this was giving a responsibility, like all the responsibility to someone when it sort of pulled out the childhood, it pulled out the just who they were. It doesn't really happen anymore because they literally had to learn to be responsible. and learn to cater to this person's needs. And when you cater to someone else's needs, it's harder to learn about your own needs. Like, someone's like, go draw me a bath. It's like, okay. And then you're like, you don't think about, do I want to do a bath later too? You know what I mean? So it can get pretty difficult. Guidance. We're here for you. These are both spirit guides, as well as I'm sensing you as some pretty, like, friends of family or family that is very close, and this, you can talk to them, you know? They are just, these are reaching out. So when I say family and friends of family, those people are obviously alive, but then the guides that are just guiding you and spirits, when they say we're here, they're also there. So you have a lot of people around you, you know? I am coming. So it looks like you might be manifesting something, definitely. Whether, if you think it's a clear truth, if you think it's a person, if you think it's a new job, I am coming. So whatever that is, it's coming towards you. You are worth it. So it looks like you might have had some worries about, do I deserve a new life? Do I deserve to start over? Do I deserve not to feel scared to walk out of my own house? And you deserve what you allow yourself, which means I can't tell you what you deserve. Only you can tell you. What you can do, what other people allow themselves, and then you start to develop an opinion. What should I allow myself? And then you can start putting that into action. Because right now you're definitely going off other people's stuff from the past about, oh, I'm not worthy enough. As well as other people like, you're not going to get a new job at this time. You know what I mean? So like getting slushies, eating cotton candy isn't bad unless you neglect yourself, unless you prevent yourself from having a joy of something, neglect the joy of having cotton candy, or neglect something. Like, you can, the secret to joy is you allow yourself joy. So for example, let's say you like cheese puffs, but you don't allow yourself to have it. You are personally not allow, like, neglecting the joy you not having cheese puffs. Like, you are consciously doing that. If you consciously don't give yourself things that you like or things that make you happy, then it's like you're depriving yourself of happiness. Well, you don't know if it's happy, but if something you enjoy and you don't do it, like, please keep that in mind, that joy doesn't come at a price normally. So normally, like, reading a good book, watching a great movie, zooming with friends and family, just start putting your needs first. A bath towel, yeah, it looks like you've started to pick up your appearance a bit. However, I also sense that there are also some insecurities about appearance as well. So, but that's obviously changing because of the other cards that are shown here, like luck and success and the four leaf clover. Like, your appearance doesn't affect your luck or your success. What's gonna affect it is you thinking, I'm unlucky, I'm unsuccessful, I'm not good enough. You know what I mean? That's what's gonna affect you. It's not your appearance, it's how you hold yourself. Yeah. So talents, that's the card here. So it looks like there's a lot of different. Sorry about the bird in the background. I'm sorry. He's just right outside the window. Maybe you're a writer. Maybe you like to create music. Maybe you love walking the dog. Just those aren't necessarily talents, but just something you like, enjoy doing. And then, for example, if you do something enough, if you like it enough, then it can become a talent of yours. So this one was a message that popped out from the guides. So I am one. So that means this can be very deep in the sense that I am one, I'm at peace. Like, what you think of me doesn't even compare to what I think of me, in a sense, like, you think I'm pink. Well, what if I'm not pink? Like, what you think of me is what you think of me. What I think of me is what I think of me. Okay, let's get another card. Queen of Cups. So that's a tarot card. It's a very emotionally strong card. The Cups of Emotions. It looks like you are a very strong leader, but there's also times when you can be gentle and kind. It just looks like there are some things on your mind that is causing you to worry. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Belief. Yeah, it looks like your belief in the people around you causes the belief inside yourself. So in this case, you are believing in others, but you aren't believing in yourself. For example, let's say, like, oh, my son's very good at soccer and he's good at it and he's going to be very successful. At the same time, you like writing, but you don't tell anyone about the writing, and you don't say, I like this, I'm gonna do this as a hobby, and maybe I can make some extra money, or maybe I'll be successful. You don't say that to yourself, and that's something important you need to say, because you believe in other people. You just need to stop believing in yourself. And let me tell you something, belief isn't limited in quantity. You can believe in others and yourself, okay? Howling at the moon. So that's the wolf. It feels sort of like you sometimes feel like an outsider, but at the same time, you can feel your truth, and when it gets strong enough, you will speak it like there's no tomorrow. Like, it's better if you learn how to communicate before you explode. because the Queen of Cups, even though it's a good card for emotions, it's also because this person has so many emotions, they need to keep track of them, you know? And okay, so boots. So it looks like you've definitely been doing a lot of preparation and just working with things so you can build a stronger foundation. Kindness. This kindness I'm feeling should be connected to thankfulness. So there's many different types of kindness, like kindness of here, let me take the dishes for you, or here, let me hold the door open for you. Like those are all times you could be thankful, or the kindness to yourself of, hey, I might have forgotten to write in my journal today, but I'll do it tomorrow. Put I won't beat myself up about it. However, also there's the kindness of, no, I need to do it today because I keep putting it off to tomorrow. So you need to find that balance. Okay, what are some more messages from your guides? So a red stop sign. So I was thinking it can mean some, like you might be angry, or there might be some desires that just scare you or might make you a bit fearful. And they're saying stop. Not about the desires or the things that are fearful, but stop being afraid of them, because when you're afraid of them, that's not going to get you anywhere. You need to understand them and work with them so you can understand and so you can release them. If you're scared of them, you can be scared of them, but you need to be strong enough to work with them. Yeah. School bus. So maybe you're a commuter. Um, maybe there was some incident in your childhood that may have caused a trigger for you, and now it's hard being with other people. Amazing. This is a seashell on the beach. So, like, this is one of those round ones. This one's saying, it's trying to tell you simplify, in the sense of simplify your way of thinking, because it seems you probably are a pretty critical thinker and you keep thinking over and over. It's like if someone says, I'm beautiful, and it's like, okay, and then you think of the reasons why are they beautiful. Okay, well, they have some great eyes, they have the great nose, they have some great hair, and it's just like, it's okay just for someone to say, I'm beautiful, okay? Kindness and belief stood out, but at the same time, this looks like a candle. I don't know if the color orange means anything to you, like an orange red. Orange red, those are the root chakra and the sacral chakra. So the root chakra deals with physical and just the feelings of safety needs, and the sacral chakra, which is orange, deals with your self-confidence and self-esteem. Yeah, so I definitely check those chakras out for balancing, because you are definitely a star. It's just this star needs to balance their light. Well, thank you for watching this. Please like, share, subscribe, and if you like, comment. Hey, pile 4, this is your reading, and this is your card. Teddy bear. Okay, so it looks like you're a fun-loving person. You're pretty easy to talk to. A puzzle. So it looks like there's some people that puzzle over you, while others, like, however, the teddy bear, even though it gives off a simple, like, fun and easy to talk to, I think you're strategic, and some of you can be a critical thinker. So that's not a bad thing. It's just there's many layers to you. So yeah, it looks like you like to indulge in pleasures. This is a cup of wine, so there are a few things that you go to just for solace or just for taking care of yourself. Kindness. So it looks like you're starting to learn the importance of being kind. I know you're kind to others, but it also seems that the world is trying to teach you how to be kind to yourself. You can call it self-love, you can call it self-awareness, mindfulness. But the truth is that kindness is just allowing yourself to feel emotions, not beating yourself up for them. And if needed, talk to other people about your emotions and just express yourself, develop your opinions. That's kindfulness as well as maybe taking a yoga class, meditating, just talking to other people in general is kindness, because humans are social creatures, and if you don't talk to other people, you're sort of denying yourself a right. It's as if you can't talk. And for 99% of you watching this video, I'm pretty sure you're not mute, you know? So if you don't talk to people, it's sort of saying, hey, you're denying a connection that that's given to you. And but you can understand that there's something that's needs to change. Okay, let's get more on this. So a thorn, so maybe you're worried about accidentally stabbing someone in the back, or having people stab you in the back by the talking, literally, physically, or something. Maybe this is a past, or maybe just now you don't feel confident in talking about your words. A boat, like a ferry boat. So it looks like you're definitely someone that likes to travel, but also you can understand the importance of the little things. So there's a few things that appeared here: the Five of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Queen of Wands, I believe. Okay, so the Fool is about adventure. The Five of Pentacles looks like you are trying to manifest something, or you've got your eye on something. The Queen of Wands means you're a very, you could say, spiritual, empathic person, very sensitive person. Like, even if this isn't the Queen, like, what I'm sensing is, it doesn't matter if, like, I'm just getting what I'm getting. There's no mistakes in this, because it's not going to resonate with everyone. A basketball. So yeah, you definitely love a good time. You love teamwork, and you have a very tight rule book on friendship and what people can do and what they cannot do. Maybe it's because of the thorn in the past, but you are someone that plays the cards carefully, even though you seem laid back. Party. So it looks like this card says party. You might be a college student. You might be going through some times where you need a laugh. You might be going through, like, for some reason the word party is telling me to tell you you wanted to go travel abroad. I have no idea why. Just maybe to Italy, to Europe, something like that. Beauty. Maybe you have a dog or a pet, and you are able to create some very beautiful things, and your talents are just they are what makes you you, and that makes you a beautiful person. A starfish, you're a very resilient person. Oh, because that's in reverse, that means there's been decent trouble, but I'm sensing it isn't necessarily like you're still in it. Like, maybe you feel a stagnant energy, or you're like, how am I ever going to come back from this? Well, 2 cups, so that means communication. It means communication, and that your emotions will set you free. So those that you talk to will help you understand what you're feeling, what you're sensing. All the people around you they're around you for a reason. They aren't put there for some crazy, like, maybe you might be in a college, as I mentioned before, you might be with your family, but like, you can reach out to people. It might not be your direct closest link of people, but you can definitely reach out, because you are going to gain a new perspective once you reach out. I think it's very important that you see that It's not my way or the highway. It's not my perspective versus their perspective. It's, oh, this is my truth and this is their truth, and it looks like something is different. Just because of my policy, I'm gonna unstick you because, like the resilient, I'm gonna make it positive. So that's a thing for moving forward. That's just one of the things I do. I read it as reverse, but then I unflip it to help you move forward. Okay. So this says, baby like a star. Oh, like a star. So, well, I think this can be literal and figural, like stars. Even though they seem so far away, they're also very beautiful and mysterious. But at the same time, stars are actually very, like, stars as in actors are very successful. They have a very distinct air about them, in which makes people say, huh, what do they have that I don't? A ring. So maybe you are sometimes a little bit indecisive and just have a bit of time where it prevents you from committing to stuff. Or maybe what you commit to, this could be a self-sabotaging thing. You think it's not going to work out, so it doesn't. A new light. So that means that it looks like you're starting to find a new passion, or just something new is entering your life, or you've already found it. There's two of us. So maybe I'm starting to get something like, not necessarily adoption, but in the past, there was a you that was created because you were hurt or you were scared, and now there's you now. So the one that is starting to understand, hey, that's not my whole life. I'm changing. Some people I've fallen in love. Other people, like, I found something I'm really passionate about. And other people are like, oh man, I've been seeing this world completely, like, wrong. Believe. So it looks like what you believe will become reality. Which means if you focus on, I don't want this to happen, you are focusing on what you don't want. So this is a call to action to say, don't focus on what you want. You need to focus on what you want. And one more card. The Ace of Swords. So yeah, you're a new beginning. If you like this pile, please like, share, comment, subscribe, pick 1, 2, 3, or all of them. And thank you for watching. Hey dear souls, and welcome to the reading. For those of you that chose pile 5, welcome to your reading. Okay, so I'm trying something a little different. Past, present, future. Past, it looks like you are a bit of a hermit. Present, it looks like you're starting to sort of look around you and open your eyes. Future, ooh, it looks like there's gonna be a bit of turmoil, but it's because you're starting to come into yourself. So, past, present, future. Okay. So this is past. Looks like you were tied down by someone. Present. Ooh, it looks like you're more focusing on yourself now. Future. That's up for you to decide. It's literally, it shows a lot of different paths. So past, maybe you're in a relationship or there's a child, or you feel your child's side has been hurt. Present, it looks like you're starting to open your eyes and sense the realness of the situation. Future, boots. So yeah, it looks like you're putting in the work. You're starting to work on what isn't working for you. Kindness. This is for the present. So it looks like you're starting to show yourself some kindness by putting yourself first. Beauty. So yeah, you are a beautiful soul. For those that needed to hear it, you are worth it. You are important. You are needed. So now let's look at the transitions. So this is a horse. It's very fast. So it looks like maybe maybe something happened at the last minute, or you guys just got up and left, transition to the future. So this is the knowledge card. So it looks like you have taken it into your hands to say, hey, this is what I'm worth, and you're starting to go after it. I believe. So yeah, you're starting to believe in yourself. Now, your guides are saying, we bless you. Because this is a progression from the past. They're blessing you to present. We are with you. They're with you into the future. That makes sense because we bless you that are obviously in your past. And we are with you. They're going to be with you in the future, so no worries. I am beautiful. So it looks like you in your past may have been ashamed of who you are, may have not spoke up about things, may have just let everything go over your head, And when I say go over your head, maybe both a little way of letting things pass that isn't supposed to be, and there's other things like little information went over your head because either you didn't ask or you weren't given the right to ask. And when I say given the right, well, it could start from childhood, you weren't given the right, but once you learn about the restrictions, then you sort of put the restrictions on yourself. So for example, let's say if your family didn't want you to go to college and they wanted you to work instead, you're going to put that restriction on yourself even when you move out, You might, yeah. So this is to the future. Like that says kindness and a fire. So yeah, you have a beautiful fire inside and you're just going forward. It's beautiful. Believe, yeah. So because this is in the middle of everything, it's just looking like everything's absolutely like going forward. It's just amazing. Joy. This is so beautiful. Like I'm seeing a scene in a garden and just it's so bright and it's just so kind and loving and warming. I don't know if you used to have picnics there, you used to run there, but it's showing you that good times are ahead. There are two of us. So that is from the past. Well, because this is sort of a transition card, it shows that in this sense there can be a literal two of us, and then this could be a mirroring, like a twin flame, like that's showing you something that you didn't notice, or it could be you noticing, hey, I'm not who I used to be. That's why you're transitioning toward. I believe in my selfish ways. So normally, that sound like this can be taken as both a good and bad card. In this case, I think that because of your past and how this is going to be difficult to hear, but maybe tossed to the side or just not taken seriously, the need to be selfish is now, And when I say selfish, I mean you have a desire to learn that's almost unquenchable. You need to just follow what you need. A hat. So, yeah, you're going to need to shield yourself from the non believers, maybe from the haters. Who knows? Maybe you're part of an Orthodox community. Who knows? There might be people that don't support you, but there's always going to be supporters out there. It's all on you. Guides from just a few, 4 pile 5s. So this is the past, present, future. So your past says, trust in the divine. Present, we are sending you signs. Future, showering of abundance. And what is your desire? So it looks like you are going to be making a choice soon in the future because of all the work you've started to put in on yourself. And it's basically going to be a big milestone. Well, thank you for watching Pile 5, the secret pile. If you enjoyed this reading, please give it a like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you.